You see this bell icon here? Hit it now and we'll ensure you get delivered the very best of reviews, interviews and pop culture content.
A full-blown comedy and a straight-up spaghetti western-style action film, both starring the same lead actors, both released within a few months of each other, both incredible path-breaking classics. कौन सी फिल्म है? शोले and चुपके चुपके. Lead role में धर्मेंद्र and अमिताभ बच्चन. How's that for range? Hello, चलते फिरते I am back on Film Companion. एक और episode of Time Machine where I revisit classics / super successful films of their time and try to figure out what made them work. Today, let's travel back to 1975 and closely look at Hrishikesh Mukherjee's Chupke Chupke. मेरी पैदाइश से बहुत पहले ये फिल्म रिलीज हुई, तो देश और हिंदी सिनेमा का माहौल सिर्फ ऑनलाइन पढ़ के मैं एस्टिमेट ही कर सकती हूँ. शोले एंड चुपके चुपके aside, 1975 was an insane blockbuster year for Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan. It's almost hard to believe the former was in Pratigya being garam dharam, but also Mr. Bachchan starred in Diwar and Zamir the same year. But listen, can we take a look at what Hrishikesh Mukherjee's year was like? चुपके चुपके के अलावा 1975 में he also released Milli, starring Amitabh and Jaya Bachchan, plus the lesser known Chaitali, also starring Dharmendra with Saira Banu in the female lead. देखिए, ऋषिकेश मुखर्जी को प्रोलिफिक कहना इज अंडरस्टेटमेंट ऑफ द 20th सेंचुरी. 60s को अगर आप छोड़ भी दें एंड वी स्टार्ट विद 1971, तो आनंद गुड्डी बुड्ढा मिल गया इन द सेम ईयर. और ये कोई ऐसी छोटी मोटी रैंडम फिल्में नहीं है, हिंदी सिनेमा की मास्टर क्लास है. 1972 में राजेश खन्ना, जय बच्चन इन बावर्ची, प्लस वन मोर फिल्म टाइटल्ड सबसे बड़ा सुख. अगले साल 73 में अभिमान, नमक हराम, सब फेवरेट एक्टर्स एक बार फिर से. बट दिस इज नॉट अ वीडियो अबाउट हिज फिल्मोग्राफी ओनली, क्योंकि गोलमाल और खूबसूरत टाइप पर तो अभी हम पहुंचे भी नहीं है. सो बैक to the topic at hand, the fact that Hrishikesh Mukherjee was making movies left, right and center perhaps contributes towards the approachable, simple, uncluttered vibe of Chupke Chupke, which was probably made quickly despite being a movie about the Mumbai rich who live in bungalows with drive-ins and servant quarters and had drivers take them around in imported cars. There's no stuffiness about this film, which one associates with the super rich. Fun fact, one of the bungalows used in the film is now Jalsa, owned by Amitabh Bachchan, who bought it from NC Sippy. मेरी जनरेशन की ऑपुलेंस की कहानियां देखी हैं हमने थ्रू द लेंस ऑफ करण जौहर, जोया अख्तर. सो इन माय टीन years, when I first watched चुपके चुपके on TV, I couldn't quite fathom that these were supposed to be rich people, because they were working really hard to be heard over trunk calls. They were going to clandestine dates in public parks like the rest of us. They were talking in chaste Urdu, Hindi. Chupke Chupke was about the rich and elite who in this Hrishikesh Mukherjee world behaved middle class. No extravagant jewelry or clothes. In fact, nearly everyone in this film is an academic, including the women. The first time we meet both the female actors, Sharmila Tagore and Jaya Bachchan, we are told in their introduction scenes that they are students of botany and they want to meet Professor Parimal Tripathi to be able to study with him. Sharmila Tagore is on a botany retreat in the first sequence with a whole group of science students and a female professor. With agency, she approaches the man she admires like an empowered queen and willingly participates in the fun and games he has planned, which centered on cutting her jijaji down to size, singing songs about aag lagegi badan mein, making everyone uncomfortable and suspicious of her true intentions, punching up with kindness, very wholesome. Rewatching this film made me think of the impact it probably had on future Hindi cinema of Rajkumar Santoshi, David Dhawan, Priyadarshan, etc. The dialogue is quick and overlapping. Switching identities comedy trope is used spectacularly well multiple times in this film, based on a novel by Upendranath Ganguly. Writers D.N. Mukherjee, Shakil Chandra, Biren Tripathi and Gulzar craft long one-take scenes with cinematographer Jaiwant Pathare like a stage play. The jokes are not relying on sound effects or quick flashy cuts, they're just solid, empathetic, funny writing. While not obviously political, Chupke Chupke has some moments which made me do a double take. Asrani, frustrated with not being able to hear over a phone call in one scene, says, "In telephone companies को ठीक करने का एक ही तरीका है, मीसा."
इनको सुधारने का एक ही तरीका है, मीसा.
Misa was a mega controversial law passed by the Congress government in the 70s. Sharmila Tagore and Jaya Bachchan's sisters go to visit the War Widows Association. Sharmila ji gets called a communist at one point.
तुम लोग सब अपना अपना सामान उठाओ ना, वो बेचारा अकेले कैसे उठाएगा? लो, आई अपनी कम्युनिस्ट. इसमें कम्युनिज्म की क्या बात है?
All these small moments have deep roots within the political climate of the country at the time, and they make yet another case for how cinema can be mobilized to spread political messaging. There's all this and so much more going for this film and why it holds up. I truly love doing this time machine segment on Film Companion, you guys, क्योंकि इस बहाने ना खुद को थोड़ा सा educate करने का मौका मिलता है through the medium of Hindi cinema, which is my favorite way. Chupke Chupke is streaming on Amazon Prime Video and it's also on YouTube. Find me on YouTube on my channel, plus इधर Film Companion को भी subscribe कर लीजिए. मैं आती रहती हूँ यहाँ पे भी, okay? Bye, see ya.